guys? We are here back at the JNC channel. And who are we with here today?
Andres Torres.
What did you do this weekend, Andres?
Top 4 and the Undisputed UDS Invitational.
I gotta just ask, bro, what deck did you play? Because I saw Fire King and Snake Eyes, but I saw Despia up there.
Yeah, it was only one Despia. It was 3 different decks. One was the Flounder deck, the other one was One Cashier deck, and me with the branded deck, as always.
Despia Lord, bro. Undisputed. Sorry, Chris.
Alright, so it is 50 cards. I decided to play this deck because the only advantage that I can have over all of them playing Yu-Gi-Oh right now was playing a different deck. So if I just choose to play fire decks, for sure I'm gonna just lose all the rounds. I'm not playing Yu-Gi-Oh right now, so they're going to be better than me, so far. So I don't want to just put myself in playing 6 mirror matches, knowing that I had no idea how to play it. So I decided to not play fire. I think you have to just have time with the deck to learn how to play it correct. And I tried. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to play it. I took 3 days just to try it, but I don't feel in a good position to play the mirror match. So I just decided to play my deck, branded, and I do well. I just lose to Cam because I drew unplayable. Game 3, but that's fine. Alright, so this is like this. There are some weird numbers that you're gonna see. It is because the event. So the idea of this event was 16 players, 6 rounds, top 4. So you need to at least go X2. I knew I was going to play 6 fire decks or at least 5, and that's what happened. I played 5 fire decks and also 1 cashier deck. I lost all 7 die rolls, 6 of the Swiss, and 1 in the top 4. I couldn't get not even 1 dice. And on top of that, round 1, I received a game loss because deck list error. I submitted 1 minute after the time. So yeah, I have to play with a game lost. But that was fine. I won that round, and I can say nothing about the deck. I just love it. So this is the Despia package. This is the only cards that I play. I don't play a second Quem. I think 1 was enough. I don't want to open multiple normal summons. So 1 was good. I see it when I need it. I can search it of the Triad. I can search it of the opening. So 1 was fine. And also the Ad Libitum. That's the other card that most of the branded players are going back to. I like the card. I think it's an okay card. I played the card for a long time. I won my YCS with branded playing the Ad Libitum, but I don't think I needed the card for this event. Maybe if I'm gonna play a YCS, I will make room for 1. But for this event, I had to be the most consistent that I can because it's just 6 rounds where I don't have a chance to break once, and also I cannot make any mistakes. It was the best 16 players in the game at the moment, or not at the moment, but of each season. So you cannot make mistakes. So I don't want to open weird hands. So I decided just to go for consistency. That's what I play this way for this event. Maybe in a YCS I would just change some numbers. For the branded cards, it is the trap. You send it off the Quem, then you activate Advent, send the branded fusion, and that way you can just get on the draw access to the branded fusion. 1 lost. This card is just crazy against the fire deck. They cannot princess. They cannot use the fire guy. What is the name? The guy that special summon 2 level 1s from graveyard. I don't remember the name right now. The Snake Eyes Flambers.
Yeah, there we go, Flambers.
So yeah, they cannot use it. This card is just so good. So yeah, I really think about playing a second one of this one. Maybe for a YCS you can just afford to break a couple games, so you can try with 2, because this is a card that you always want to see when you go second. If you see this card when you go second, they're going to just react to this card. They have to. If they have Baron or if they have any way to play around this, they have to do it. Otherwise, you're just gonna take all the advantage from this card because they cannot Veiler, they cannot draw you, they cannot imperm you, princess, nothing. So this card is really good. Then the 3 opening. This is good news. The principal idea of this card is not summon this. The principal idea is just to have this in the graveyard so you can protect of princes and Garunix. So you can send these of the Quam or you can send it of the Albion, so you can protect your fusions. If you draw the card, it's perfectly fine. You can special summon Quam or the Aluber during the draw phase, play around draw, add, send, and play. But the principal idea of this card is just to protect of those cards. Next, 2 branded in red. I would love to play 3. This card right now is really good. No one is playing Bestials, no one is playing Diddy Crow. And this card, playing with this one, make it better because you can just send your Albas for cost, then you draw a card, then you can just go branded in red, make a fusion. It helps a lot to play around Valor, Impermanence, Princess, SP, like this card. Like just fusion as a quick play is really good. So I think I might go up to 3 in this card, but 2 was crazy good. I really like it. The principal idea for this card 3 was this one because I really want to see this card in my hand. This plus Saroniu is like 2 card puppet lock, but this with this helps you to go into branded fusion. So you don't have to, if you don't open the branded fusion but you have these 2 cards, you can go into branded fusion. You can search Quam, you can search Cartesia, you can search Mercurier, then you can just play in the end phase with the fusion that you send to the graveyard. So yeah, this card was really good. I really like it. That's why I played 3. I know all these cards like loses to draw and Logbird, including the Patchwork Engine that I played. The main reason for me to hard lose to draw is because I thought that no one is gonna play draw. So my thought process during the week was that draw is not that good against the fire decks. So I underestimate the other players, and I thought that they're going to just get into the same point as me, and they're going to cut the draw from their decks because it's not that good. You need draw plus another hand trap to make it good. But cards like Ash, Impermanence, Nibiru, those cards are like way better than draw by itself. So I thought that maybe they're going to just get to the same point and cut the draw. But if you see, the other 3 decks in the top cut had draw. I never lose to draw because of these cards, so for me it was fine. The times that I see the patchwork, I said for these 2 they draw me, it's fine. I still have ways to play because I already have a polymerization in hand, so I can fuse. I don't care if I cannot search. I activate this, search for this, they draw me, just change this, add the Quem, and that's it. I can just play. So it was good. I take the risk to lose to draw. Anyway, I didn't lose to draw during the whole tournament, but it was fine. Like, that's a risk that you can take when you know what you're gonna play against. So it was fine for me. Maybe in a big event with 11 rounds plus top 32, it's a total of 17 rounds. Maybe in that case, or 16 rounds, I don't know. But maybe in that case, I can understand if you don't take the risk. But in 6 rounds, where you just need to win 4 rounds, you can take the risk. If they open draw all 6 rounds, what you can do, you're gonna lose regardless of any deck that you're playing. So yeah, take the risk was fine. Then of course the 3 branded fusion. I don't know why this card is still a 3, but yeah, it's great. Like if you resolve this card, sometimes you don't win. Like it's weird because you resolve this card and you're so you're so used to not resolve the card that when you resolve it, sometimes you're like, well, all right, so what I'm doing now. But like at the times that I resolve the card, most of the time I won those games. Next, 3 Albas. Yeah, I know, common ones, please. This is the only ones that I had, so yeah, I play it. I don't care about high rarities or anything. I feel a little bit bad because everyone has like quarter century cards and all ultimates, and everything was super expensive, and I was playing my structure deck with the common ones, but yeah, I don't care. So 3 Albas, I think this is super self-mandatory. You cannot play 2, you have to play 3. If you open 1 and then you brand the fusion 1, you cannot even use your Albion to send 1. So yeah, there's no way you can just play the 2 copies of Albas. Like, you have to play 3. There is no way for you to play 2. 2 Cartesia. Some people play 3, some people play 1. I really like 3. I think like this card 3 is really good. And this in combination with this make it better because you just activate, send your Albas, draw a card, and then you can summon this. So yeah, with this card, it's understandable if you want to play 3. I like it a lot. I think 3 of these and 1 Quem is the right number. But for the event, I just choose to go with 2, but I missed the 3rd one. This is a card that you always want to see in your hand. What it really missed was monsters. There was a couple of games that I just lose, and I cannot break boards going for second because I had the Cartesia, but I don't have more monsters in my hand. So I wish I could just play like more monsters because that was the cards that I was missing. That's what I really want to play 3, and maybe like I don't know, I have to add the Activitum or something because you need more monsters. If you see Cartesia, you want to have monsters in your hand. Mercurial 1 was fine, but there were a couple of games that I missed the second one. I think the second one, like it came up like a couple times. I missed it, but 1 was okay. If I have room, I might just go these to 2, and also I want to play 3, so I will just have to make some changes. The card that everyone hates, I hate it too. But if you want to win, you have to just take these cards and play it. I understand that the deck doesn't need the puppet lock. I really understand that. I know that you don't need the puppet lock, but just, sometimes you just have to do it. Like you have to play the cards, and there is no way for you to play with these cards. It was because it was just 6 rounds. So if I just get to the top and I just connect this card twice, I'm gonna win the event. I couldn't connect it, so I lose. So yeah, that was the main reason for the card. But I understand that you can play the deck without it. Bestials, just those 2. You don't need more. You don't need like we're in a fire format. But if you like, there was one game against Paolo that I used Serrani on the SP. And he went crazy. He had no idea what to do after that because all his line of play was based on especially some of the IP during my turn. And when a bestial, the SP, not the SP, the IP, he went crazy. He had no idea what to do. He had to do like a lot of weird plays because at that point he had no interruption of the Flamberge, so he cannot special summon anything, and he lost the option to go into Appaloosa. I'm not saying with that you just that you should play more bestials. I'm saying that the card was not that bad, and it's not bad against the fire deck. So for the people that like the bestial runic deck, if you play these cards like in a good way, if you banish the IP, if you banish the Linkuribo, you're gaining like a lot of advantage for sure. Then the other branded cards, Fusion branded deployment. I wish this card is a branded card. Like this is a card that you always want to see in your hand. It's the best one to break boards. Just a special summon Cortesia or Albas fused with the whale, and that's it. Really good card. Foolish, maybe the worst card in my deck. This is an auto lose to draw. If you play Patchwork and they draw you, you can still play because you have the poly. But if you're foolish and they draw you on the tragedy, it's almost impossible to play that game. So yeah, this card was atrocious. That was the main reason why I cut the Gold Sarcophagus, because I knew that Gold Sarcophagus and Foolish into Surge is just outlose to draw. The only reason for me to play this card was because if I open Branded Fusion and Foolish Burial, I don't have to go into overextend. I can just Foolish the puppet and then Branded Fusion into Sanctifier and just puppet lock with like in the worst ways possible, but you don't play into Nip. So that was the only reason. But this into strategy was the worst idea. Then the going second cards, 3 Trust. The Trust is really good. You can search for Branded Fusion, so it makes it better. And you can search for this card, so you can Branded Fusion during your opponent's turn. So if they ask you going first, you activate Branded Fusion. They ask you Trust, set this, activate Branded Fusion. They cannot ask this because you're just using the effect. You're not activating the card, so they cannot ask this card. Then for the other going second cards, Triple Tactics. I wish I played 3. During the test that I had during the week. I thought 2 was enough, but like opening these 2 cards in your opening hand is it's crazy to break boards. If you open Tactics and Trust, you can just basically break any board. So yeah, this is a card that you always want to see in your hand. I think you can replace the Foolish with the 3rd one, and it will make it like a lot better. Then Call by the Grave. Never drew it, never saw it. Like, I don't know, yeah, I saw this card once, and it was against a shifter, but shifter does nothing against this deck, so he shifted me, and I had the call by. I said, like, this is the only game that I drew call by, and it's bad, because if I activate Brand Diffusion, and he ash me, I cannot call by the ash, because it's gonna go banished. So I just keep it in my hand as a discard for the Albion, because like there's no way I'm gonna just call by the grave a shifter. But yeah, that was the only game that I really drew a card. And the last 3 cards, best card in the game, Super Polymerization. This is really good. There's no, like, you don't have to explain this card. This just stuck by itself. So yeah, it is 40 cards main deck.
Give me 50.
Oh yeah, 50 cards. I'm sorry, 50 cards main deck. You're right. 50 cards main deck. So the weird numbers, it was just because of the event. I knew I was going to play just fire decks, and it happened. So that's why the rages that I have in my deck. Then for the side deck, 1 different dimension ground. If they activate any hand trap, you just thrust into these, and this is like a D barrier against my deck. So you just activate these, and they cannot play. They pass to you back, and they just play during the next turn, and I'll take it. Mistaken Arrest. This is not my idea. This card was really good. This is one of my test partners' idea. Like, the card was broken in test. It was extremely good, but in the practice during the event, I never drew it. And when I drew it, I thought, like, yeah, I drew it, and I drew it in the stream, so it's gonna just make me win in the stream, and everyone is gonna play Mistaken Arrest, and no, I lose. It was weird because he opened all Stender's hand. He had Souls, he had Poplar, he had the Bellistar,
Call by the Grave,
and Call by the Grave and Foolish for my Puppet Luck. So he can play through Puppet Luck because he had 2 ways to take it out from graveyard, and he have all 3 extenders to play through the Mistaken Arrest. So that happens once. You saw that he lost in finals, unfortunately, because Juan is a really close friend. But yeah,
we love you, Juan.
It's what's up. So the card is really good. Trust me, the card is crazy good. I really like it more than Royal Blackbird. Soul Release is extremely good against the Fire King deck. It's extremely bad against the Snake Eyes. So this is just for the Fire deck, for the Fire Kings. If you play against Snake Eyes, just pure, don't use it. Same as Evenly, is really good against the Fire King version, really bad against the Snake Eyes version. The Ruler No More, the main reason for this card was because we expect maybe someone can play Manadium, because the deck is extremely, like, I think it's really good against the fire decks. It can break boards really easy. So I said, like, all right, I can play through fire boards, but I cannot play through Manadium boards. So I want to respect the deck. And at the end, it was really good against the Pure Snake. They end on Baron, not Baron, they end on Savage, the Flambers to summon the IP, to then make Baron and IP into SP and everything. So yeah, this stops all the interruptions that they have, and they only have to play with Princess in Graveyard, which is like really easy to deal, and like the hand traps that they have. So that's why. And then Draw and Lockbeard. This is 3 draws. I know I said the card is not good against the fire decks. I had never used it against the fire decks. I only use it against the Manadium. So like this card was just respect to that deck, because I don't play that much Sugar right now, and everyone says that that deck is scary, so I trust them. So that's for the side deck. And then the extra deck, nothing out of normal, except that I don't play Garura. For this event, I don't need the card. If I just Super Poly into Garura, I did something wrong, because I don't want to Super Poly 2 Snake Eyes. I don't want to Super Poly like 2 Fire King monsters. So yeah, that's the only main reason for this card, because is the most generic one that can break boards. You don't need Garura, to be honest. Like, not if you're just playing against fire decks. This because the Patchwork engine, if I don't play the Patchwork, I don't play this card. This same, I never play this card in the main deck. Thing is, I'm playing Patchwork, so I need like any regular fusion that I can make with the Oliver in case they negate it. So that's why. Rim Broom, maybe it's like, I think it's one of the best fusions right now in the deck, if not the best one, because you can negate Princess in Graveyard and then bounce. It can negate Link Revo, which is huge. There is sometimes that if you negate the Link Revo and then you bounce something, you just take out two boards, like two bodies of the board, because they tribute, you negate, and then you bounce. So out of one card, you just take two monsters out, and when they kill it, you just banish some of the Albas and you get another fusion. So I really want to play the two of this card. I want to make room for two of this card because it's crazy. Like I like it a lot. Then two Mirror Jades. The beginning I was playing one. I think one was okay, but to be honest, I want to be safe, so I played the second one. I don't want to lose to Unicorn is the name of the Kashira that banished from the extra deck. Yeah, Unicorn.
Unicorn.
So yeah, I don't want to lose to Unicorn that they just saw C1 Mirror Jade and they banished. So like two was fine. I never summoned the second one. That's why I want to play one, but you never know. This is a one. You don't need more than one if you play correct. One is more than fine. This fusion is really good because you can just force a lot of cards, and if they destroy this with the princess or whatever they destroy this card, you can just summon your Despia cards and your Albas monsters. This card because it's good. Titanic because you have to. Sanctifier because it's extremely good, and we're playing Puppet Lock. Grangunyol because he's the Cartesia lover. So yeah, this is the only fusion that you want to make with Cartesia. Sometimes you miss the second one, I'm not gonna lie. And I really want to try a second one because sometimes you just go into the first one so you can set up your Sanctifier, and then with the second one you send the Puppet. So sometimes you can just go into one in your turn and one during their turn, and it's good. I like it a lot. So yeah, I may bump this to two. Two of this guy, you don't need more. Like you cannot play one.
Common.
And yes, common. Strictly decks with the Albas. And the Guardian Chimera Ultra because I cannot afford the secret one. Yeah, that's it. That's the deck. I'm really happy with the experience.
Any shoutouts?
To JNC, to Dragon Ink. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much for everyone that helped me, for the people that support. There was a lot of people watching the stream. There was a lot of people want me to win. Like, I do my best. I really do my best. I try to do my best, but you know, it's Yu-Gi-Oh. Also, shoutouts to Jeff. That he like an amazing friend, and he's here with us.
Always.
To my friend Manuel, he helped me a lot with the test during the week. He just took some days off of his work just to play test with me. Yeah, see you guys in Vegas.
All right, comment, subscribe, JNC out.